Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott, and we are back with another video. Yes, we got a lot to cover today, so guys, make sure you get yourself something to drink, get yourself some tea, some coffee, and sit on down with a snack because it's about to get good around here. Also, be sure to follow the channel, subscribe to us, and hit the notification button so that you can be alerted to new videos as they drop. Now, today we're going to be covering a lot of information that just came out about Porsha Williams and Dennis McKinley, and mostly about Dennis. We got some Kandi news, some Kim Zolciak news, and a little bit of Lisa Vanderpump news from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So just stay tuned. And also, I got a fun little blind item. I want you guys to sort of take a guess at, who this could be about and who it's referring to. So stick around for that, and that's going to come up at the end. But right now, let's get into the madness. Okay, so blogger TashaK has just released her newest video, and it is something crazy, okay? I love it anytime she releases something new, but this time it's about something that we all know and love, which is Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're talking about Porsha Williams and Dennis McKinley. Now, according to TashaK, a lot of these allegations that are coming out right now and things that we've heard about Mr. Dennis McKinley in the past, there's been a little bit of truth to that, allegedly, because based on what she's saying in her video from her sources, it's alleged that Mr. McKinley is into the white powdery substance, as well as bestiality, that means animal porn, as well as gambling and conning women. Now, apparently the ex that he was with was named Shanice Thompson, okay? Now, apparently they had a business together named Queen Virgin Remy in Atlanta. And allegedly, he conned her out of the business by taking all of her information off the business, selling that business, making a couple of million from that, and then also allegedly beating her while she was pregnant, also allegedly evicting her from the home. Now, apparently the eviction part is public record. You guys can go check that out for yourselves. I really don't know. I'm giving you guys the Cliff Notes version of what Tasha has said and was given by her sources. I'm reporting on this because it's Real Housewives of Atlanta related, okay? So I'm gonna put the link to that video in the description below so you guys can get all of the information. Now, how this relates back to Kandi is because allegedly Toya Wright was hired to have or was going to partner with Queen Virgin Remy for her own subsidiary, and allegedly her name was taken off all of the information as well, so she wasn't able to collect any money from this even after making her own investment. And apparently she also doesn't even own the names or the right to ToyaWright.com. So she was left out in the cold in this business deal. Now, apparently this was a business deal done with Queen Virgin Remy, which was also Dennis McKinley's company and the original company that he partnered with Shanice Thompson, who he was in a relationship with for 7 years. This is also, again, the same woman that he allegedly beat while she was pregnant as well. Now, listen, there's so much to go on here, but apparently this is why Kandi knew so much about this information, and I didn't know that allegedly Dennis dated Crystal from Flavor of Love. So Tasha is, basically from her source, she is gathering that he has a pattern with dating specific types of women, who are upwardly mobile and who have connections. And basically from there, he is able to allegedly work his way into doing business with them and turning that business into a profit for himself. Again, I have to say allegedly because when you work in this industry and when you're blogging and when you work in news, you always say allegedly so that you can sort of remain clear of any, we weren't there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see a lot of these things happen, but this is what the streets are saying and this is what the sources are saying as well. So now we know why Kandi was so concerned at the start of this relationship with Porsha's relationship with Dennis, because apparently she probably heard a lot of these same stories and she probably knew a lot of these things were going down behind the scenes as well. So, if she had been hearing all of these things, of course she would want to figure out if she should say something or not. You guys will remember that I posted a video that Bravo had issues apparently with Porsha's new live streaming service, Peach Lemonade TV, because there would be cameras that would be installed in the home, allegedly, that would potentially come in conflict with footage that was needed for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, allegedly, this is the brainchild of Dennis McKinley as well. So he has now worked his way into doing business with Porsha as well. Now, here's my hope. My hope is that everybody has a past and everybody has a future. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't want to be judged by our past. So I don't necessarily know if it's fair to do the same here. What I do hope is, though, that Porsha is going into the situation with both eyes wide open. But also, I think that this gives us a clue as to what is the issue with this prenup. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it now, when discussing this prenuptial agreement, I get it that it's a difficult conversation, but I think in light of all the things that have come to light at this point, I see why Porsha is having a hard time dealing with this whole situation. And I also see why Mama Gina is so invested and involved because of Dennis's net worth. Now, apparently he is worth about 30 million at this point in time. So I get so now it's like listening to Tasha K's video, putting together what I've heard on the streets, watching the show and seeing and listening to what Kandi's concerns were. Now I understand so much more about this situation. And I hope and pray that Porsha is just going into the situation with eyes wide open and that she, makes the best decisions for her. And I hope and pray that, whatever has gone on in this man's past is his past and he's moving forward. And maybe she's the one. I hope and pray that she is the one and they are settling into a life together. But I can tell you this, the man sounds like a hustler. And I don't mean that in necessarily the bad way, but it sounds like he knows how to make a business work. Now, I don't know if the means are the right means, but listen, it sounds like he's doing something right if he's worth 30 million. So we just have to see. You guys let me know in the comments what you know about this situation, what you think about these allegations. Also, let me know if you watched Tasha K's video and if a lot of this made sense for you as well. Be sure to hit that in the comments below. Now let's move on to Kandi. Now, y'all know Kandi Burruss is a boss, okay? So I don't really even think I really have to really go into too much about that. But now we're seeing that Todd Tucker is also a boss as well because he just gifted his wife a Bentley truck for her birthday. Apparently, she would not have spent the money on something for herself, so he made sure to do it for her. And you guys can check out the YouTube video because she did a whole video on her surprise birthday gift. And I think it's so awesome. And that white Bentley truck is slamming. But you know who not having such good issues with finances? Oh, before I forgot to mention this. Speaking of finances, apparently it is alleged, I gotta say that word again, that Dennis is the reason, was the person who paid for Porsha's back taxes. Allegedly, she had some back taxes issues, I think to the tune of $240,000. I'll put that right here if I find it. Now, I don't fault anybody for this because everybody has tax issues and that's nothing new. So it's just like whatever it is. And Porsha's being paid, I don't know how much money. So in my mind, it seems like she'd be able to pay that herself, but it's alleged that Dennis paid her taxes off too. So listen, at a certain point in time, I can understand almost turning a blind eye to some things because at the end of the day, if this man that paid your tax bill, I get it. Girl, get your taxes paid, okay? Get them paid. Can somebody pay mine, okay? You know what I'm saying? So I get why she might be turning a blind eye to a lot of this and wouldn't want to hear about a lot of these past things with these past women because if he's paying the taxes and he's worth 30 million, I don't know. I might turn a blind eye to. I don't know. I really don't know. But hopefully, they work it out themselves. Okay, that's all I gotta say. I want to move on to more money issues with Kim Zolciak. Okay, Kim. Now, apparently, guys, she owes American Express National Bank $215,000. Let's get into this story, okay? So it says, according to the report, the court ordered Kim to pay American Express $215,822 $1,000.68 earlier this month after she neglected to file a response in regard to the default judgment request and received a credit adjustment in the amount of $103.22. Now, in addition to her Don't Be Tardy salary, Kim also has a steady income from her recently launched makeup line, KAB Cosmetics, which she co-owns with her daughters. Don't Be Tardy's 7th season comes to an end last month and has yet to be renewed for an 8th season. Now, listen here. Now, I could have swore Kim said at that reunion in season 10 that she was making about $40,000 per month from KAB Cosmetics. She could have paid this bill with the earnings from KAB Cosmetics, okay? She could have paid that. And listen, obviously, the more money you make, the more you're gonna owe. But I don't understand why she's run up so much in credit card debt. I mean, I didn't know Amex even went up that high, to be very honest with you. And maybe that's just showing the economic status that I'm coming from. But what I'm saying to you is, why do you owe that much on a credit card? Listen, I didn't even know. They must trust you a lot. Is this an Amex Black card? Is that how they go? Somebody let me know in the comments. Because, listen, I just want to know. I want to know why you running up that much in debt on a credit card. I really do. I can understand $10,000, $20,000, maybe even $50,000, but $215,000, girl, what are you buying with that? And why aren't you paying your bill? You obviously got shows. You obviously making a coin. You could have probably made $215,000 for your appearances on Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 10 as a friend, because I know your check was good, because you said that you was not returning to that show unless you was getting the coin, unless they was running you your money. So I don't understand that they run you the money and then the money ran off. What happened here? I never understand stuff like this, because I feel like once you start making a certain amount of money, why can't you pay the bill? Why can't you pay that bill? I get it, because there are those people out there. Listen, they're like most of us. You know what I'm saying? We got bills and we basically paying them, month to month, because we make that check that we making ain't the same as what she making. So I just want to know, girl, where is your money going? For real, pay that bill, girl. All right, so in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news, yesterday I talked to you guys about Lisa Vanderpump potentially quitting the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And now we're getting a little bit more insight into how she really feels about what went down this past season. So allegedly, she is thinking that a lot of the ladies were turning on her and were hoping to get her fired from the show by doing so, because they also wanted to divert a lot of attention away from the lawsuits that a lot of them were actually facing at the time. So as you guys will know, Puppygate has taken over the first half of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for season 9. But at the same time, there were lawsuits going on with Kyle's husband, Mauricio, with Erica Jane's husband, with Dorit's husband, and with Dorit as well. So, it's interesting to me that a lot of that stuff was not captured on camera at all. And all of the drama was centered around Lisa Vanderpump and Puppygate. Now, I understand that with lawsuits, a lot of times they can't be talked about because they're still in litigation. However, it's interesting that none of the other castmates mentioned it, like Lisa Rinna did back in season 8, last season, when she brought up Lisa Vanderpump's lawsuit. She, had no problem mentioning that then. So I do kind of feel like there is this sort of like alliance to kind of protect each other with a certain sect of that Housewives cast. And listen, this is no disrespect meant to any of them, because I get it. But at the same time, we got to call it out here, okay? We got to call it out here. So it looks like Lisa Vanderpump is leaning towards quitting, but she also is saying that she doesn't want them to feel like she, like they won, So it would be interesting to me if she actually did come back. I mean, at this point, who would want to film with her? They would have to bring in someone new for her to film with, outside of what Denise and Camille, and her and Camille aren't even getting along at this point either. So who actually knows, okay? And so let's get into the blind item of the day. Now, it's been on Instagram, it's been on the blogs, that there is a certain housewife that had asked for a certain OG housewife to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta to film with them. So what I want to know for you guys is, and apparently this OG housewife said, no, I do not want to film this show. So my question to you guys is, Who do you think is the housewife that asked to bring an OG housewife back? And who is the OG housewife that you think said no? Do you think that the OG who refused to return is Sheree Whitfield, or do you think it's Kim Zolciak? And who do you think that the housewife was that asked one of them to come back? Do you think it was Nene? Because she's going to need somebody to film with, and currently she's on the outs with most of the cast. I'm going to bet that it was Nene. I'm also going to bet that it was either Sheree or Kim. I doubt that it was Lisa Wu. It could have been Lisa Wu, but I don't really see that happening. And I feel like Lisa Wu would actually want to come back to the cast at some point, or to appear on the show, maybe if the money was right. I don't know. So you guys let me know down in the comments what you think about all of these stories. Do you think that it was Nene who asked the cast member to come back? And do you think it was Sheree, or do you think it was Kim? Also, what do you think about Lisa Vanderpump pointing out that a lot of the cast members on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had their own legal issues, and they were trying to use their issues with her to divert from their own? Also, what do you guys think about this whole issue with Kim Zolciak and this whole Amex situation? Like, girl, just pay the bill. Like, what do you guys think about that? Also, comment below what you guys think about this whole information that's come out about Dennis McKinley. All of these allegations are kind of interesting, and to be quite honest with you, they make a lot of sense in correlation to what we've seen in the streets and on the shows. So let me know what you guys think about all of these topics, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, also subscribe and hit the notification button, because listen, who knows when this is gonna pop off. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video.